Visa Storm. 6 Hidden Layers of the 55M Crackdown and Why It Hits Home. Hey folks, welcome back to Global Perspectives TV, your unfiltered corner of the internet, where we tackle the stories that quietly reshape your paycheck, your community, and that elusive sense of stability we all chase. Today, we re-zeroing in on a bombshell that's rippling through headlines, but hitting way closer to home than most realize. The US government's sweeping review of a staggering 55 million visas, a number that dwarfs the combined populations of the top 10 US cities and signals one of the most aggressive immigration audits in modern history. As of October 2025, this isn't just bureaucratic busy work, it's a policy earthquake with aftershocks felt in classrooms, boardrooms, and your local strip mall. Visas aren't abstract stamps. They're the lifeblood behind the engineer debugging your banking app, the teacher inspiring your kid's science project, or the caregiver easing your parents' hospital stay. Officials tout it as a vital security overhaul to root out threats and enforce rules. But peel back the layers. Whose definition of secure are we talking? And what's the under-the-radar cost to everyday folks like you, from inflated prices at the pump to longer lines at the DMV? Drawing from fresh 2025 data like the State Department's revocation of over 6,000 student visas alone, and a jaw-dropping $100,000 fee slap on new H-1B petitions, we redissecting 6 escalating layers of this visa maelstrom. We start with the visible tip-quick hit student crackdowns, burrow down to the seismic economic fallout that could cost the US billions, while pinching your wallet. By the end, you'll grasp why this border control saga isn't isolated to immigrants. It's entangled in the American economy's DNA, affecting job markets, innovation pipelines, and even your next grocery run. If you're an expat navigating red tape, a small biz owner hunting talent, or just a taxpayer wondering where your dollars go, hit that like button early. It fuels the algorithm to spread the word. Grab your notes, we're diving deep. Layer 6. The student visa sweep, easy targets, big fallout. Let's ease in with the most headline-grabbing slice, the aggressive targeting of international students, who often bear the brunt as the softest entry point in these sweeps. As of August 2025, the US State Department has revoked more than 6,000 student visas, quadrupling from the previous year's pace, with breakdowns showing roughly 4,000 tied to legal infractions like DUS or minor altercations, and around 200 to 300 linked to affiliations with flagged organizations or other security concerns. This includes F1 academic and J1 exchange visas, affecting campuses from Ivy League towers to community colleges. But why prioritize these young scholars amid a 55 million strong pool? The answer's pragmatic and a tad cynical. Students are low-hanging fruit in the data orchard. Universities meticulously track attendance, grades, and activities through systems like SEVIS Student and Exchange Visitor Information System. While social media provides a treasure trove of potential gotchas, one careless tweet, a protest photo, or even a meme could trigger a flag under enhanced vetting protocols. The fallout, far from isolated. Each revocation erases $30,000 to $50,000 in annual economic input per student, covering tuition that props up university budgets, rent that sustains local housing markets, and everyday spending on everything from textbooks to takeout. NAFESA reports that international students contributed over $40 billion to the U.S. economy in 2024, supporting nearly 500,000 jobs. But 2025 projections warn of a $7 billion hit if enrollment dips 30 to 40% due to these policies. Real-world ripple: in college-heavy spots like Boston or Austin, fewer students mean quieter cafes, vacant apartments, and even program cuts as schools scramble for funds, leading to higher tuition for domestic families. One Colorado university circulated a stark advisory: your online posts could determine your visa status, echoing a nationwide chill where denial rates have climbed to 41%, often citing insufficient proof of intent to return home. It's a bitter irony. In 2025, chasing the American dream means acing not just exams, but a perpetual digital audit. Critics argue this amplifies minor missteps into national threats for political points, while supporters see it as essential housekeeping. But when arrivals plummet 28.5% in July 2025 alone, and Indian students, a key demographic, face a projected nosedive, the question looms: are we bolstering security or starving innovation? If even eager learners are collateral, imagine the squeeze on the pros powering tech and healthcare. Next layer. Layer 5. H-1B heat project firewall chokes the talent pipeline now. Escalate to the skilled workforce arena, where the myth of untouchable professionals crumbles under intensified scrutiny. Enter Project Firewall, the 2025 moniker for a fortified regime of audits, wage validations, and exorbitant fees designed to purge H-1B abuses like underpayment or contract loopholes. Effective September 21, 2025, new H-1B petitions demand a whopping $100,000 fees, 6 figures plus entry restrictions for certain non-immigrants, all per a presidential proclamation aimed at prioritizing American labor. Why the clampdown? Ostensibly to shield us workers from outsourcing, but dig in. H-1Bs fill critical gaps in STEM and healthcare, complementing, not displacing locals, with research showing they drove 30 to 50% of U.S. productivity growth from 1990 to 2010. Yet, in practice, it's a chokehold. Companies must justify every dime, facing delays that tank projects. A Texas startup founder recounted his ordeal to engineers' audits stalled a 6-month rollout, costing a $2 million contract amid broader industry warnings of talent flight to hubs like Dubai. Healthcare's pleading for carve-outs, fearing extended waits as foreign docs get bogged down. But politically, It's red meat in uncertain times, foreigners snagging jobs, rallies, crowds, scoring points while glossing over how H-1Bs expand opportunities for all, per studies. Analogy: your economy's a bullet train barreling innovation's firewalls, endless checkpoints, hiking fares, risking crashes, intended to zap risks, it's scorching the tracks. When apps freeze or surgeries delay, that's the burn. If pros teeter, the surveillance dragnet in Layer 4 amps, the paranoia for everyone. Layer 4, continuous vetting, Big Brother in your back pocket, gone are static checks. Enter continuous vetting, a perpetual scan for all 55 million holders, fusing DHS state and FBI intel to monitor shifts via AI-driven tools like the National Vetting Center. It combs socials, travels, and records for ineligibility from overstays to perceived threats, enabling anytime revocations sans court. Holders, eternal vigilance, a decade-old post or minor ding could torpedo status. A California Family S story. Dad's visa means kids' constant dread over commutes turning into crises. Employers hesitate, fearing mid-project vanishes. Security rationale, valid for risks, but it casts wide nets, treating all as suspects and chilling speech. When liberty's on audit, erosion creeps. For the revoked, Layer 3's limbo awaits. Layer 3. Visa void limbo. Stuck in America. Trapped at home revocation. Not instant exile if status holds. Stay put. But re-entry's a gamble, stranding folks in golden cages. Jersey devs lament, grinding daily, but family reunions, forbidden fruit, families fray, businesses falter, balanced feels like chains contribute sans mobility. Law for certainty delivers dread. Layer 2, election timings, no fluke. Layer 2, election season theater, fear as the ultimate campaign ad. This 55M reveal aligns with 2025 midterms, weaponizing fear, millions vetted for safety, voter bait. Media amplifies revocations as triumphs, ignoring $7 billion student losses. Floridian biztail lost a star-hire ops tanked. America First masks backfire, costs soar, growth slows. Rhetoric over reason ballots before balance. Layer 1, the economic tsunami. Your wallet's worst enemy, deepest wound, economic hemorrhage. Students fuel $40 billion plus yearly dips, mean $7 billion losses, 15% enrollment drops. H-1Bs boost productivity. Fees choke it, 10% coal, 5.5 M vanish, schools empty, hospitals overload, growth grinds, profs zinger, no immigrants, fancy diner, no kitchen, post-COVID catastrophic win or wound. The wake-up rap, we've tunneled from sweeps to tsunamis. This storm reshapes economies, freedoms, futures, safer or sabotage. Your verdict, barrier or ploy. Comment your insights, ignite. Like, sub-bell for more. Disclaimer, analysis, not advice, consult experts. Stay vigilant.